Our grade sevens. So I think we all remember that Taylor Swift song that went, "You are somebody that I don't know, but you're taking shots at me like it's Patron." And I'm like, it's 7 a.m. And that song, as we well know, is about judging other people and about how we should be accepting and tolerant of people who are different to ourselves, and that everybody has personal choices and we need to respect those and live our own lives and be responsible for our own selves. Okay, now how do you see yourself? Well, when we did definitions the other day, we saw that self-image is the term used for how you see yourself. And I want to ask you today to think about that. How do I see myself? Do I have an ideal self-image? As in positive, good. Remember, we are confident, not arrogant. Don't feel better than anyone else. Don't feel less than anyone else. So ideal would be you're self-accepting and you're happy with yourself. Right, so one of the main things to do to keep your self-image positive is to stop comparing yourself to other people. So don't compare yourself to someone in the class and say, that boy, I wish I could run as fast as him. Or I wish I had as much money as that girl has every day at the tuck shop. And I wish I had long pink hair like that girl in the next classroom, etc., etc. All right, so don't compare yourself to others. Do you want to change yourself? Here's the question. Or do you want to change your image of yourself? Because God made you the way that you are. And yes, there are things that we can improve on and things that we can do to be fitter and healthier and more knowledgeable and so on. And we talked about that with our qualities, positive and negative. But I think the goal is not to change yourself, but to change your image of yourself so that you are accepting. So now what I want to do is go and look. I'm going to share the screen and we are going to look at our textbook, page 13. Now you'll see a personal inventory there. Remember, it's not inventory. Now what I would like you to do is to just in your head, so we're not going to write all of this down, but just in your head, go through all of these questions or statements and complete them for yourself. All right, so school subjects, I like whatever, I do not like whatever, I'm good at whatever, I'm not good at whatever. All right, now that starts on page 13 and continues on page 14. There's activities that you like or don't like, good at, not good at, relationships, food preferences, relaxing. All right. And then I want you to ask yourself those 3 questions and just be honest with yourself. And that is, like I say, totally an oral exercise, not something that you are going to be doing in your books. Okay, then I want to talk to you about how we can help other people to improve their self-image and to gain confidence, because let's be honest, we are all connected, right? So we should want to be positive and open with each other, and we should want to be in peaceful existence with our peers, with our friends, cousins, family, classmates, etc. So how can you help somebody to improve their self-esteem and their feelings of self-worth? Well, one of the ways you can do that, so briefly mentioned, is to communicate openly and positively. But when you see someone, I always have this kind of rule that I live by, is that if I think something positive about someone and they're right there and I'm thinking something about them and it's positive, then I make sure that I tell them. And it doesn't really matter if the person accepts compliments or just says, you say, oh, that color looks so beautiful on you. It lights up your eyes. And then they go, oh, this old thing, nah, I need new clothes or whatever it is. But they don't just say thank you. So we need to learn to accept compliments, but give compliments if you think something positive about someone. Think about how your words make somebody feel. Are your words making somebody else feel good about themselves, or are they maybe not making them feel good? In fact, the opposite. Respect other people's differences. We've said that. Tolerate, accept, focus on yourself. I want you to help to explore other people's strengths. So when you're with your friends or when you're with your peers, include different people in group activities. If you see someone as an outsider, include them in the group, explore each other's strengths, whether it be in sport, academics, whatever it might be, singing, when you're playing games, if someone is good at remembering something or really fast runner, whatever it is, include people, explore their strengths, compliment them, encourage them. When they do something well, encourage them. If you disagree with somebody, then make sure that you are disagreeing and it is just your opinion and you're disagreeing with a certain statement or a certain belief, but do not attack the person. Do not attack their personality. You are just disagreeing and giving your reasons for disagreeing with a certain thing. All right, then don't be afraid to ask for help yourself. So if you want to be better at something and have a better self-image, ask for help. If you want others to feel better about themselves, offer help. And if they ask for help, give them help. And the funny thing is that your self-esteem and your confidence will improve and increase if you find that you're helpful to someone. You feel like you have a purpose and somebody needs you or somebody can learn from you. And that makes you feel really good. If you are thinking that somebody is doing something that you find morally wrong, don't go off at them. Don't be all judgmental and critical, but share your opinion and just be calm and explain nicely to them why you think it's wrong. And then celebrate each other's achievements. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. What do we do in class? When someone does something well, we wow, aha, give a hand, whoop, whoop. Let's all clap for so-and-so, let's all clap for so-and-so. And now and again, you'll see somebody, when we're celebrating a certain person's achievement, whether it was a good speech or a top mark, or they won the tables challenge for the day, whatever it might be, now and again, you'll see people not clapping here and there. And I think to myself, are they jealous? Why would they not want to clap? Let us celebrate each other's achievements and feel good for each other when we do well and succeed. Okay, I want you to go to page 16 of your textbook. And I am just going there. That's page 14, 15. Those are the points that I discussed with you. Those are on page 15. And then page 16. Question 2 of this activity says, activity 4. How to help Refilwe develop her self-image. I want you to read the case study about Refilwe. All right. Her parents passed away. She was only 10. And read about her story. And then I want you to answer the questions in your book for this activity. So this is a written activity. There's question 1 at the top. Discuss Refuel's self-image. Does she have a positive self-image or a negative self-image? If you were in Refuel's class at school, what could you do to help her develop her self-image? And make a list of actions. That's what I want you to do there. Okay. Then have a look at, we're going to page 21. And now we're looking at ourselves, but we are looking at ourselves also now as far as emotional and physical changes occur during a time in our life, which is called puberty. Okay, and we might feel embarrassed when we're talking about some of these things, but one thing I want you to remember is that everybody goes through puberty. Now, girls go through puberty from the age, starting from, could be as young as 8 up to the age of 13 that they will start going through puberty. And boys will start going through puberty any age from the age of 10 up to 15. So if one of your friends started going through puberty at 8 and you're 12, doesn't mean that you've missed the bus. You're going to, at your own pace, you're going to go through puberty and find all these emotional and physical changes that are going to happen. I want you to copy down in your books the terminology on page 21 and page 22. These are going to be part of your Moodle test. And I'll just say the words at the moment: puberty, hormone, we did that last year. Look at the bottom there, acne, pimples, we talked about that last year, growth spurt. Then if you look at these different hormones, testosterone is the male hormone and estrogen is the female hormone. Then gonadotropin releasing hormone is the hormone that starts the process of puberty in boys and girls. And the pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland attached to the base of the brain, and it controls growth and functioning of other glands. Ovaries are a female reproductive organ where the eggs are produced. Then page 22, we've got adolescence, body odor, wet dream, emotion, and feelings. Right, so emotions and feelings we have talked about at length. Adolescence are the teenage years. So puberty could happen pre-adolescent or post-adolescence. Body odor is when a distinctive smell is given off by your body. That's why we like to start now. We need to buy pimple cream. We need to buy deodorants, antiperspirants, because of all of these changes. A wet dream is when a boy or a man ejaculates while sleeping. Ejaculates means when they have a dream and it's about being sexually aroused, and then they will have an orgasm and there will be sperm. And in that sperm are the little swimmers that are going to go and look for the eggs in the woman's ovary. And we all know that's how a little embryo forms, which becomes or is the fetus, and that becomes the baby. Now, with all the changes that are going on, you are going to have these physical changes, which we are going to talk about. Those are going to affect your behavior, and emotional changes are going to affect your behavior. So you need to remember that we are at different paces for puberty, different speeds, different starting times, and so on. So don't disrespect somebody else because of what they are going through. Don't comment on changes that you see in them physically, etc. You have a lot of responsibility that comes with these physical, emotional, hormonal changes, and that is to be responsible for yourself as far as just things like not falling pregnant before you are ready, not contracting a sexually transmitted disease. It's a lot of responsibility, but also amongst your peers, there's a responsibility to be kind and to be accepting and tolerant, as we said, and to think of emotions and feelings as in that block, your state of consciousness, and the results of the state of consciousness are your emotions. Are you making other people feel good about themselves by respecting them, or are you actually making them feel bad about themselves? So I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and there we are back. Remember what we are doing. We are going to page 13 and 14, orally, in your head, do the personal inventory, answer the questions. Then you are going to answer activity 4, question 1 and 2 about Refillware and how you would help her to improve her self-image or to change it. And that is the lesson for today. Next time we will go on post page 22, but in the meantime, you should have, by the end of this week, you should have all the terminology and know all the meanings and definitions to the words from page 2 to page 22. Obviously, the ones regarding LO, and I'm not talking about the PE pages in between. So from me, I'm going to say cut, and I will see you next week. Everybody off the set, please. Over and out.